What's up, it's your boy NicholassRivas. There's a lot of politics going on right now, so I want to avoid it just to get my mind off of it. So we're going to talk about who I think is going to be the first AZ team to win a chip. So obviously the Diamondbacks won the chip back in 2001, but I am going to include them in this conversation. When we look at the Diamondbacks, the Cardinals, the Suns, the Coyotes, we always wonder who's going to win the first chip. Obviously, again, Diamondbacks have won before, but amongst those big two teams, who will win it between them, or are the Diamondbacks going to win before they even get their first chip? And I'll start off with that. The Diamondbacks will not win a chip. I think they're the closest. I think the Diamondbacks have been our strongest team. Obviously, they've won a chip, whereas the other two teams have not. But I do see a world where the Diamondbacks need a lot of working to do, especially since the baseball state of things right now is that it seems like rich teams are going to dominate. And I think even though we have a really solid chance, most chance that we've had in a long time, and we've been to the finals, we do have a lot of learning to do, and we have a lot of the struggles that aren't going to just change overnight, given that a lot of rich teams have power that I think maybe you saw during the 90s and 2000s. But I do think if anyone has a chance, it's obviously people who've done it before. So Diamondbacks could surprise me. Will they do it? Again, I think money's holding back the Diamondbacks. We are not a pretty big franchise compared to the places like the New York Yankees or the Dodgers. So I'm going to put them as 3, which is crazy to say. We've had the strongest team. We've had the most finals from them. But I have a stronger position for the Suns and Cardinals. Now, I know what everyone's going to say is the Cardinals are this perpetual team that always does mediocre. When they do kind of good, it's a sign, even though they never get past the biggest hurdle, and it's the playoffs. And we always tell ourselves maybe next year, but I think for this year, we have the best chance amongst all of the Arizona teams. I think Kyler Murray has found his groove. I think he definitely suffers in a lot of regards, but I also see that when he has a built-up team, he's pretty strong. And with better coaching, I think we could be more focused. Right now, we're on a 3-win streak. That doesn't mean a lot given that we're still in the midst of the year, but I have hope. I think Kyler Murray could be that guy. We get a number 1 draft pick and we don't really do much with it seems like. But now that he's more in his years, I see him getting more comfortable. I think we see a confident Kyler Murray, at the very least, better understanding of how to use him. He did well in 2021. Granted, he choked. Will that continue in this now more tenured career of his? I don't think so. It's not like he's getting more athletically better. He's obviously aging, and he's also suffering from injuries from the past years. But I think he has that confidence that would have got over the hump that choked in 2021 where we lost that great streak. Fast forward to the end of the year, will we see a better Cardinals? I think so. I don't think we're going to be a team that regresses. I think we're going to increase our chances the more and more Kyler plays and the more he gets used to having people like Marvin Harris Jr. That then leads me to the Suns. I want to put them in the middle. I think, weirdly enough, the Cardinals are above for me and the Suns are in the middle. Only because of how stacked the West Coast Conference is. I don't feel comfortable enough to say that even though we're looking good right now, that we are that consistent to make it past a 7-game series against someone like OKC or the Clippers. I think we do fall short in a lot of regards, even though we're doing really good right now, even though we're probably the best of all the Arizona teams. I still have hesitancy. And I think that with the Suns, we have a pretty strong team. But when you have Booker playing like how he played yesterday, he needs people to help him out and not put the brunt of all the work on him. And you have KD and Beal to step up. But even then, these guys are older and they're not going to be this killer. I think KD is, but Beal is not. And I don't think the team suits it. That's why we failed last year. But we have a pretty good bench and we have some pretty good new guys that are really holding their own. I think we have a better chance to rise up and do well. But I don't think it's enough. When you have that 7-game series, the Suns get figured out. We did well in the time we went to the playoffs. And then we went to the finals, but we choked. And I think with Devin Booker, he may be getting more comfortable. Shoot, he didn't have KD when he went to the finals, but it's getting to the finals. Will KD have a slump? Will Beal have a bunch of injuries? Will Booker choke up? It's a lot of questions that I think with the Cardinals, I feel more confident with them. But, we'll see. My guess is the Cardinals will get it, if not this year, next year. Whereas the Suns and Diamondbacks, maybe some more time. Unfortunately, I think there's going to be a big dry spell for the Suns if Booker, KD, and Beal are gone, which could definitely be soon. And then for the Diamondbacks, I think they're a team that might have to struggle just like a lot of other teams during this sort of like rich teams era. So, peace.